Next week, kids all across the region will be heading back to school. And while most of them will be getting picked up by traditional diesel-powered yellow school buses, some may have a little quieter ride. The state of New York is mandating that districts start making the switch to electric buses. News 10 NBC investigative reporter Jennifer Lukey joins us now. And Jen, this is going to be a huge undertaking for all of our school districts, right?
It sure is, Deanna, because right now most of our local districts don't even have a single electric school bus, let alone a fleet of them. But soon they're not going to have a choice. New York State mandating that every district stop buying new diesel buses by 2027 and stop using all diesel buses by 2035.
80 buses will be picking up kids in the Gates-Chili School District come next week. 5 of them are electric. The drivers generally like the new quiet one.
But they handle great, just like a regular bus, but they like the instant heat. They like being able to go in, turn the heat on, and they have heat right away.
But they're not cheap. The average diesel school bus costs about $130,000. The average electric school bus is upwards of $400,000.
The money that the state and the feds offer to sort of offset the cost, that has to keep flowing, or else you're going to have to ask for a lot of money from taxpayers to completely redo the fleet.
Correct.
That's what has school districts worried.
How are the numbers going to line up to be able to reach those goals money-wise as we move forward?
The transition is going to, cost a good bit of money. Fortunately, right now, there's not just state money, but also federal money.
There is hundreds of millions of dollars set aside to offer grants to help, but it's going to cost billions. There are other questions, too.
Can our power infrastructure, can our electric infrastructure handle a complete transition to this? How do you assess that?
So that's one of the reasons that doing this planning step first is really important. Virtually all of them have enough power for the first few buses right now. To fully electrify fleets, a lot of them will need upgrades, but that's why we want to start now.
NYSERDA says it will cover the cost of an electrification plan for all school districts.
Looking at their bus routes, the geography, the climate, the bus depot and the charging availability.
And speaking of the routes,
obviously upstate New York has some very significant weather events. Parents worried that their children might be stuck on a bus that's dead on the side of the road.
Cold weather affects every vehicle. Certainly electric vehicles are affected by cold weather and the range is shorter in cold weather. But we've seen districts like Malone, right on the Canadian border, Alexandria Bay up in the Thousand Islands, running electric buses this past winter. So even by 2030, 2032, 2033, you're still going to have a pretty good chunk of your buses that will be diesel or gasoline that can do some of those longer routes and the field trips and sporting events. There's a lot of time for the technology to improve over that period.
And the state is hoping with improved technology, the prices will drop too. Districts say they'll have to make a full transition to electric fleets even feasible in the next decade.
Many of them have concerns about that timeline. Are you hearing those concerns from them, and how do you address that?
We've talked to schools across the state, and yes, we have heard those concerns. All I can say is that, right now, the best thing to do is get started.
Okay, so only about half of the districts in the state of New York have applied for money to have that electrification plan done. NYSERDA is hoping more of them hop on board because right now, these mandates are full speed ahead.
Wow. This is just huge when you think about how much districts are going to have to invest.
Yeah, and Gates-Chili has 5 buses because they've been able to get those grants. They were one of the early adopters. Initially, the only districts that could get the grants were high-need school districts. So those are those districts that have a couple here or there. Obviously, this is a bigger concern for districts that are more rural, have further to go when they're picking up kids every morning. But the Gates-Chili transportation supervisor tells me that if they have 80% battery, they go 80 miles. It's 1 mile per percentage. They know that, and they come back if they don't think they're going to make it.
Wow. This will be interesting to follow, and I know you will, Jen.
We'll have stories for 10 years.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Jennifer.